What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to go ahead and test a theory out on this vehicle, my 2003 Kia Sorento. So it does have a check engine light for a catalytic deficiency, which is a P0431. Now you might have different codes ranging from P0420 depending on what type of vehicle you have. Either you have a V4 or V6 or V8, you might have different codes, but they all basically say the same thing, that the catalytic converter is not as efficient as it was from the factory. So by using these spark plug N-type fouler's, the idea behind it is that it will space out the O2 sensor from the exhaust gases, and in that return it's gonna trick the O2 sensor to think that the catalytic converter is efficient. In front of me, I have a O2 sensor that I'm going to use to demonstrate how this is basically going to work. So you're going to put the O2 sensor on the spark plug non-fouler, and you're going to put another one on top. So it's going to basically look like this. But as you guys can see, there's an issue. This doesn't go all the way through. So in order for us to fit the O2 sensor on here, we're going to have to drill this out and have different size bits here, going up to 1/2 inch. So that this can clear it. Once this is on here, it's gonna basically be like that. So it's gonna have some space between the exhaust gas and the O2 sensor. So hopefully by doing this, we are able to pass admissions. Like I said, you should probably fix your car and not try to do what I'm doing. But if you're in a tight budget and you do need your vehicle to drive around and you need to get admissions, this is a great way to get past that admission test. And in theory, most catalytic converters still do some filtering, even if they are below efficient. That is set to the manufacturer specification. So what we're going to do now, like I said, is we're going to drill this out, fit this on here, and put it on the car. I don't have a vise, unfortunately, so I'm going to just use some vice grips and just grab this while I drill it out. So we're starting off with the smaller drill bit, and we're going to go ahead and go up to 1/2 inch. And what we basically want to do is make sure that we're going even. So move this back a little bit for you guys. Alright, as you guys can see, we went through that pretty smoothly. So now we're moving up to the next size drill bit. And when you're doing this, make sure that you're not hitting the inside threads right here, because if you do, this is not going to work. You're not going to be able to thread in your O2 sensor. So just make sure that you're keeping the drill straight so that you're able to get a good hole in the middle. Alright, so this one went in there much faster. Now we just need the 1/2 inch. Alright, so we got the next size up, which is 1/2 inch. For this one, we just want to make sure that it's going in straight too, because it's very close to the threads. After a few minutes of drilling this out, I finally got it to the perfect size. So as you guys can see, I'm able to fit the O2 sensor onto the spark plug non-fouler. Now what you need to do next is get the other piece and screw it on. Once you have it like this, you can go ahead and put it on your exhaust system. Before you start working on your vehicle, make sure that it is cold and it's not warmed up, because you're going to be touching the exhaust and it's going to be pretty hot. So basically what you want to do is find bank 1 or bank 2 depending on where you're having that efficiency code. On my particular case, the sensor that I'm going to be looking for is on the driver's side, which is bank 2 on this vehicle. Right there, you're probably going to be able to see that's the O2 sensor before the catalytic converter, and then right underneath it there's going to be the downstream O2 sensor, which is the one that we're going to be working on. Since we're going to be working with electrical connections, it's best for you to disconnect your battery so that you don't short anything down. So just go ahead and disconnect it to be on the safe side, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So now that we're underneath the vehicle, you're able to see the second O2 sensor. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some WD-40 so that we can get this broken loose. Now just go ahead and put your O2 sensor socket on there and remove the O2 sensor. Install this part first. Next, go ahead and install the second part onto the O2 sensor. Alright, so once you got it like that, go ahead and put this on this side right here and screw it back on. So now that we have this on here like this, we're gonna go ahead and run the vehicle for about a week and come back to see if our check engine light went away. So I have a scan tool right here. We're just gonna go ahead and go to the codes that we have stored. As you guys can see, warm up catalytic efficiency below threshold bank 2. So we're gonna go ahead and clear this code. Erase code. And we're gonna drive the vehicle for about a week, and then we're gonna see if the check engine light returns. So it's been about a week that I have cleared the codes on the vehicle. Now, right now, we're gonna go ahead and try to take the vehicle to get emissions testing. But just to confirm that this actually did work for my vehicle as far as removing the check engine light code, I'm going to go ahead and check for any faults in the system. So the vehicle is on. I'm in park right here, and we're just checking to see if there's any trouble codes. If you guys remember before, I was getting a catalytic efficiency issue. So it's been about a week, like I said. I haven't gotten that check engine light code at all. Alright, as you guys can see right there, no faults code, no code stored in the ECU. So basically there's no check engine light, there's no codes, no catalytic efficiency issues. When we go over here to the admissions readiness, you get a close glimpse of the catalytic status, and it says passed right here, or complete actually. So if it's in green, then that means it should technically pass. Right now, like I said, we're going to go ahead and take the vehicle to see if we can pass admissions. And then if it does pass admissions, then that means this mod does work to pass admissions. Like I said, this is probably something that you should only do if you know for a fact that your catalytic converter is working. Sometimes you lose efficiency even if the catalytic converter is like 5% less efficient than it was from stock. So just because you're doing this doesn't mean that you're removing your catalytic converter or you're doing something that is going to harm the earth, because technically you still have a catalytic converter that filters the exhaust gases. So we're just leaving the admissions testing, and we are leaving with a pass on all systems. As you guys can see, the vehicle passed. There's no issues with it according to the computer. So yeah, this issue was resolved by using spark plug non-foulers. And depending on your vehicle, you might have a similar result to mine. If you guys did like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.